Friends, as we have already discussed what is carburation and what is carburetor. Now let us see how the fuel mixes with air before entry into the cylinder. So that is a schematic diagram of schematic diagram of carburation. Okay, carburation, or we can call it as carburetor also. How it takes place. Now see, first of all, from fuel tank, this is fuel tank. Okay, fuel tank is here. Here may be filter. So it is filter. Okay, now from here this may be fuel pump. This is maybe fuel pump. Okay. Now air from outside, that is air, maybe also filter will be there. So it is air filter. Okay. From filter it is going here, and fuel pump here, see here. This is carburetor. Okay. So this is carburetor. That means here air as well as fuel comes into the carburation. From here what is it? That is called intake manifold. This is our piston. Inlet port, and this is outlet port. Outlet port, and this is inlet port actually. Okay. So this is called inlet manifold. Inlet manifold. And this is cylinder, and this is piston. Okay, this is the schematic diagram by which fuel enters into the carburetor. First of all, from fuel tank, after filtering, pumps the fuel to the carburetor, and before entering it mixes with air also. Okay, that is what is the carburation, that we have already discussed also. Okay, so these are the schematic diagram. First air will be filtered, and there this fuel is also being filtered, and fuel is coming to the carburetor by the help of fuel pump. Before mixing this one, before entering into the carburetor, fuel pump injects the fuel into the carburetor. That is, before entering into there, air also mixes. Then this is inlet manifold. See, from here, that is mixture. Now we can call it as mixture. Carburation has taken place here. Carburation is completed, and from here it is coming through the inlet manifold, and mixture is going to the cylinder. So from there it starts working. So that fuel, how the fuel is supplied to the cylinder, that schematic diagram is here. So all this process is called carburation, and the equipment where it is done, that is called carburetor. That we have already defined. So what are the factors? Now let us see what are the factors factors affecting carburation. What are the factors? See, there are so many factors which will affect carburation. So, number of one, that is called engine speed. Engine speed. What is engine speed? See, suppose if you do not want to run the engine at very high speed, at that time you need lean air fuel ratio. That means fuel percentage will be less. That is called lean. Okay. So, and also it is called weak mixture. And where you want to speed up your engine, then you need more fuel ratio. So, that is rich fuel, that is called rich fuel. So, that is rich fuel and lean fuel, that is weak fuel also, it is called weak fuel ratio. That depends upon the engine speed, where you want to speed up or where you want to speed down. So, speed down means that weak fuel ratio will work, and where you want to speed up your engine, so rich fuel air ratio we need that one. Number two, this engine speed is the first point. Another is see what are the factors affecting the carburation, that is engine speed, volatility of the fuel, volatility of the fuel. How the fuel is mixes with air, mixing nature, okay, mixing nature, how the mixing nature will take place, that also affects the carburation, okay. Number three, design of inlet manifold. Inlet manifold, that means this design, if properly this inlet manifold is not properly designed, then when it is engine requires more fuel, that is rich fuel, it may not reach rich fuel there. That's why design of the inlet manifold plays a vital role for the carburation. Okay. Number four, inlet temperature of air. That, see, this is carburation is basically mixing with air. So, the temperature, how much temperature of the air is there, that also affects the carburation, that it should not be very cold, it should not be very high. So, it cannot atomize. See, as I told you, it should atomize, mix, then vaporize. So, these are the operations for the fuel and the air, then only proper mixing will take place. So, this is about your carburation, how the carburation takes place, what are the factors affecting the carburation. Now, we will discuss, see, most of the fuel which we are going to discuss in SI engine is petrol. Okay. So, petrol is also called gasoline, and gasoline is a hydrocarbon, it is octane. So, C8H18, mainly hydrocarbons. Okay. So, mixing, how this mixing takes place, that we are going to discuss, and what is weak fuel and rich fuel. See, air fuel ratio, okay, air fuel ratio, that is chemically correct, or it is also called stoichiometric ratio. That ratio is 15:1. That means chemically correct. It is called chemically correct ratio, or stoichiometric ratio is 15:1. That means 15%, that by mass, 15 kg air and 1 kg fuel. That ratio is called chemically correct ratio. And suppose This is 15, we can consider 10, 12, 14, then 17, 18 and 20. Okay, see now, this is chemically correct ratio. Okay, this is stoichiometric ratio. Okay, that is 15:1. Before that one, these are called, this is rich fuel mixture here, that because this is air fuel ratio. See here, air is 10, okay, and increasing this one air, so air amount is here less, so it is called rich fuel, and going beyond the 15:1, that is called weak fuel ratio or lean fuel ratio. Okay, and remember, less than 10, okay, and greater than 20 cannot burn efficiently, that is why it is not being used. Either we have to use from 10 to 18 maximum, or possibly 12 to 18, because our stoichiometric ratio, chemically correct ratio, is 15:1. Okay, so how this mixture will take place and requirement, that I will discuss in next lecture. Thank you.